So, for all the faults I give this game, and as much as I dislike, I had to make sure my mic was muted. For all the faults I give the game, and how much I dislike the mechanics of auto-generating bar taking away player agency and strategy, and the wiki mechanics being incredibly stupid, I I, I gotta admit I'm having like a bit of a sentimental moment here because today marks, to my knowledge, the last tournament I will participate in this game as a Terminator main. You know, um, blind Terminator main, and then on top of that, like, um, there was a joke running around. I think one or two of the guys at the BFGC said, I'm the blind biohazard because I guess biohazard is known for grapplers, and I play nothing but grapplers. Terminator, obviously, Nightwolf, Kano, a tiny bit of Codal in this game. Kano, Codal, Cassie, Jason, Aaron, Hellcry, Monster Sub, X, and Bane, obviously, Injustice, Potemkin, and Guilty Gear. Probably gonna be Zangief or Mano and Street Fighter. Like, I love grapplers, right? And MK11 is the game that introduced me to the higher elements of fighting games. Neutral, footsies, fundamentals, anti-airing, like all these things. Even though anti-air is not great in this game, there's still some, depending on the character. And it's just crazy to think about. I played this game since I think my oldest was born, or like maybe a year after he was born. And since then, I've, of course, raised him and our second child. I've participated in offline events with this game, online events with this game, a couple online events with MKX. I've stepped out of NRS comfort zone with Guilty Gear Strive, tiny bit of learning on the side with Street Fighter V. I've seen, things happen with Cold War, accessibility. I've seen Diablo 4 come out, well, Diablo 4 will be out soon, but it's just crazy to think about. And, excuse me. Now it's just weird, right? As of later today, this will be my last tournament or last event with Terminator in this game. Unless foreseeable future, maybe a few months, a couple years down the road, hey, let's all run MK11 for a minute. Revival. Same thing that happened with MKX, right? MKX had its time. People still play it here and now, of course. But there was a big revival for the game. The last like year or two. A lot of people went back to it. Maybe 11 does that too, right? Maybe in hindsight, in like 2 or 3 more MK titles or NRS titles, maybe it's like, oh, MK11 was really great. I don't think I'll ever come to say it was a great game, because on the whole, I think I already laid out all my final thoughts on the game, but on the whole, it was a good casual game. Like, remembering as a competitive experience, probably not, but I had fun with the game, right? And I mean that's the point of gaming. Yeah, I understand that, but there comes to a point where eventually I'm like, I got too competitive, and I'm like, yeah, no, I'm playing this shit for competition. I'm playing it for sweaty, playing it for whatever other justification I can think of. But at the end of the day, I do have fun with 11, right? Because a lot of the mechanics, a lot of the silly shit that happens in this game, like Cassie flying half screen to do the big 28% kick to the face with her back 243 KB. Like, there's some really silly shit in this game, but it's still fun. I still have fun with it, even though, like, I don't know, it's just weird to think about. So I hope I click with Street Fighter 6 like I did with this game and actually commit to it and actually, try and make a name for myself. Even if I'm not a good player, I will, I at the very least make a name for myself, because I'm not going to stop playing grapplers by any means. Zangief and Mano probably my main in my pocket. Maybe have a Ryu as a backup, but just the idea. I mean, regardless of it being a joke or not, the idea of I'm the blind biohazard, or like people know me as the blind grappler guy, pretty much. A blind Terminator in this game. Oh, hold on. Okay, I guess my alarms all want to go off right now. Hold on 1 second. Anyway, long story short, I hope Street Fighter 6 there's enough for me to be interested in and be like, okay, let's play. You know, let's try and compete a little bit. Even if I don't win, I'll just put my name out there. You know, because you know it honestly is kind of nice being recognized as like the only like real grappler player in the BFGC. So hope you guys enjoyed this little commentary, and I'll talk to you guys later, probably after the tournament.